to Brandon Sports Talk, the most unbiased opinion in sports. Thank you for joining me on the channel today, guys. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you guys about Josh Rosen because, for me, last night he played well in last night's preseason game against the Atlanta Falcons. And a lot of you guys I see on Twitter and just, oh, Josh Rosen's trash. Why do we trade for him? We should just tank for Tua and all this different stuff. It's like, yo, like, you guys need to chill out on Josh Rosen. You guys, some of you have been hating on him since he came to the Dolphins in that trade from the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, the way he performed, all different things like that. Well, he didn't have an offensive line. David Johnson could not run the ball last year because of the offensive line. Christian Kirk got hurt, his wide receiver. Larry Fitzgerald's getting older, so that team didn't really get a chance to do anything. He had no offensive line with the Arizona Cardinals. The guy's a good quarterback. If you put him behind that Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, hell, maybe even the Chargers offensive line, this guy actually can produce. It's just the fact that he needs an offensive line. Tom Brady now needs an offensive line because obviously he's older, but still, Aaron Rodgers needs an offensive line. Eli Manning, all quarterbacks need offensive lines. So when I see you guys bashing this guy for the interception, especially the interceptions that he threw, it's like, dude, you guys need to chill out. And it's not all of you, but some of you guys are just bashing this kid and just going in, oh, he's terrible. We should just got Tua, tank for Tua. We should never trade for him. No, he's a good quarterback who needs an offensive line to help him out. If he has an offensive line and you guys actually get him better help, he has a good tight end and he has decent receivers. They're not all world receivers. Like, he doesn't have a Philadelphia Eagles team. He doesn't have these certain teams that are just going to put him over the top and really help him and give him talent like a Baker Mayfield has in Cleveland. He doesn't have that. He's starting fresh again. Think about it. This guy went from being a top 10 quarterback pick. I know he said that there was 9 mistakes in front of him and ahead of him and, you know, just said that. And I didn't like that he said that, but I can see the confidence that he had within himself. Now, you guys keep going at him. Oh, my God, interception he threw. Like, you guys have to understand something. He came from Arizona when it was a dysfunctional organization. They drafted a quarterback after they got done drafting him in the top 10. They drafted a quarterback number 1 overall, and he was still on the roster. This guy was still on the roster and handled it professionally like I've never seen anybody else before. I don't want to hear from no former players that what they would do, oh, you need to do this and you need to do that for certain situations. No, this guy handled like a true professional. He got traded to the Dolphins. He even said, hey, Kyler, there's a place in Arizona that I'm willing to give you if you need somewhere to stay. True professional handling that situation. And he's just like, dude, like it's a new team, a new system. And not only that, these young rookies, these young quarterbacks, now in NFL, it's known. You need an offensive-minded coach to be successful in the offensive era, if you want to put it like that. So if you guys knowing that he needs an offensive coach, knowing that he has a defensive coach yet again, like he had in Arizona with Steve Wilkes. So that's 2 defensive coaches, and not only that, how many offensive coordinators, how many offensive line does he have to have for the team just not to not block for him? He has no blocking. That offensive line performance was one of the worst performances I've ever seen in preseason. No, let me take that back. The Buffalo Bills last year when Josh Rosen debuted in the preseason, they were awful. That offensive line was awful. So now when I see that he's playing on the offensive line, he had no time to throw that ball. And I'm going to read you guys something that your head coach, Brian Flores, said to the media after the game yesterday. This is from CBSSports.com. Dolphins coach Brian Flores wants Josh Rosen to play smarter, curb his gunslinger mentality. Josh Rosen's preseason debut with the Dolphins on Thursday night should be classified as a success after the second-year quarterback led the Dolphins on 3 scoring drives and made more than a few impressive throws downfield despite dealing with heavy doses of pressure behind a shoddy offensive line. But Dolphins coach Brian Flores has identified at least one area that he believes Rosen needs to improve in. Flores wants Rosen to curb his gunslinger mentality. Now, this is a quote from Brian Flores. At some point, as a quarterback, you have to take a sack. That's the play, Flores said, per the South Florida Sun Sentinel. But the guy has a little bit of a gunslinger mentality and likes to let it rip. Obviously, that was a nice one to Preston, but I think we want to play smarter than that in that situation, not just let the ball go like we did. Right? So the article continues Flores was specifically referring to one of Rosen's impressive completions to Preston Williams in the second quarter when Rosen, despite being in the grasp of a pass rusher, keep that in mind, in the grasp of a pass rusher, found a way to get the ball to Williams for a third down conversion. It was a remarkable play by both Rosen and Williams, but also a risky one. And it sounds like Flores would have preferred for Rosen to eat the ball instead of risking a turnover, which Rosen understands in quote from him. It may have been a little dicey, but I probably should have been smarter with that, even though this one worked out, Rosen said. So in that statement, he knew that, but he tried to make a play. He tried to do what Jameis Winston does all the time, and that's what everybody has a big gripe about him. It's not like you can't play, it's just the fact that you have to stop being risking and trying to make plays. Sometimes it results in a turnover. It's not going to always go in your favor. I get that. But he had no time to throw the ball at all. That offensive line performance, like I said, was horrible. Was horrible yesterday. I'm embarrassed for him. Yes, you can hit the dislike button all you want to. I'm telling you my truth and what I saw in that game and on the highlights, even on Twitter when it was like he has no room to throw. It was absolutely appalling. That was worse than Arizona's offensive line last year. That was ridiculous. And the Miami Dolphins, for putting that offensive line out there, should be ashamed. Listen, I know it's preseason. Oh, you overreacting? No. That was terrible. That was a terrible O-line yesterday. If I'm Josh Rosen, I'm really like, man, do I even want to play this year behind this offensive line? I know he's a competitor. I know he wants to play, but you guys need to just stop bashing this guy. Stop bashing him. Let him grow. He's in his second year on his second team as a top 10 pick at quarterback. That hasn't happened in a long time. Let him grow and watch him be a success. Build an offensive line. Start building the team. To me, like I said, 5 years rebuilding. 5-year rebuild, maybe even 6 years now. You got the quarterback. Now you have to rebuild around him. And it's going to take some time. I get it. But you guys need to stop bashing this kid and let him work. Let him get used to the playbook. It's only preseason. I know it's week 1. I know you guys like a video. Oh, well, we feel how we feel. Well, I feel how I feel. I'm going to put it to you guys and tell you guys so you guys know. Stop bashing him. Let him work. Let him do what he has to do. Let him get comfortable in the game. He has a new head coach, a new organization that has been dysfunctional for the past several years. He just came out of dysfunction to go back into dysfunction because certain people in the organization just don't know what they're doing. That's why a lot of people got fired for the past couple years. A lot of people have been let go. So like I said, give him some time to breathe. It's only his second year. A new team. A team that probably a lot of fans didn't even want him to be there. Let him work and relax. It's not going to just happen in like that in 1 year. Chill out, guys. Let him work. Let him get acclimated with the team. Let him get familiarized with the playbook. It's only week 1 in the preseason. Stop disrespecting that man like that. Anyway, that was just my quick thoughts on the whole Josh Rosen thing. So I know some of you guys are going to agree, some of you guys may disagree, but all in all, like I said, it's just an opinion. Like I said, I know it's week 1 of the preseason, but at the end of the day, let this guy work. Let this guy, become the quarterback that I know a lot of Dolphins fans, and I know myself, who loves the game of football, would love to see him succeed down there because he is a good guy, and you guys have a good quarterback there. Let's just wait for the team to rebuild around him and see what they have. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. Put a like to the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back with more videos. Until next time, guys, I'm out. Peace.